From the top, this is giving director's cut for sure. Things are going to look and sound a bit different around here, but this is like my 8-month recap being out this way. I mean, I think to start, one of the things that crept up on me by way of anxiety was realizing that given the surplus that I've been drinking out here, also comes hangovers that kind of seem not to end. The brain fog, the lethargy was absolutely pulling me from myself. So I realized that a few weeks ago and immediately stopped drinking, and thankfully have had a pretty swift homecoming, if you will. So that's been really nice. I also stopped coffee. I stopped doom scrolling, meaning I have the apps of Instagram and TikTok blocked for about 16 hours of the day. Of course, I still am on there to message a couple of times a day just to make sure that nothing's slipping between the cracks. But in slipping between the cracks, on that note, I have really exceeded, I think, my expectations in having some just difficult conversations, hard conversations, scary conversations, sooner rather than later. So I feel like that's my awareness action gap that's fortunately collapsing on itself, even though it's not easy, but it is an investment in future Cecil, if that makes sense, whether it be conversations with my dad, people I work with, or even people that, I'm talking to. I've had some unique experiences, and I feel like impasses that I've handled in a way that I didn't even know I could handle. I've been making some really hard choices, new choices to hopefully combat old patterns that certainly weren't doing me or anyone else any favors. Well, I mean, they were doing other people favors, but I mean, what's that if I lose myself? I've really been combating a pattern of self-abandonment when there's just uncertainty in my life. I mean, uncertainty beyond the usual, like uncertainty in relationship and not knowing how we're moving forward. I mean, I just, again, touched on those 3 areas of my life that really can have a girl in a bind. And I'm really grateful for the ways that I've shown up for myself and really risen to completely new occasions for myself. Like, to have the courage to feel the feelings and do things anyway is literally something that I continue to lean more and more into. It's the only reason why I'm here. It's the only reason why I have a life that I'm proud of, that I'm someone that I'm proud of, and that I feel more and more integrated. On the topic of integration, I mean, I was talking about the discovery process of all of this. I love to say, sometimes you just got to make a mess. Sometimes you really just got to see where all the chips fall, and then, you can build from that. It's like, let's dump the puzzle pieces out of the box and then see what picture we want them to paint. I mean, everything works out the way that it's supposed to, fortunately. So I think on that same tip, I've really just tried to accept the fact that I just got to let adults be adults, and I have to let people be where they're at. And I have to accept what's presented to me, even if it's not what I was hoping for, because I don't know how things are supposed to end up. I might have my preferences, I might have my strong, heartfelt wishes, but I don't know how things are supposed to go. And it's been nice to really, I think, hold on to that humility. Life is great. Again, I feel like I'm in control of what I can be in control of, and I'm just giving to God everything else, literally everything else. Because I find I get better results that way. I've really been practicing detachment again. Some might call it stoicism. And I'm just letting people be where they're at. I've really had to remind myself that people can't give what they don't have. And no matter how much I wish that weren't the case, and no matter how much I wish people could have, that doesn't really mean anything. Like, that doesn't really mean anything. So things have been cool out here. I like this life that I'm building. I have my places, I have my spaces. I feel pretty prepared. I feel much more regulated. And I'm happy to be in a position where I can be consistent and that I have an actual vision. That was something that was pretty distressing. For a minute, I feel like I lost a vision that I had, but in serving others, especially here more recently, it's started to dial quite a bit. So I hope you guys have been really well. I am so happy that I've gotten to see my loved ones as much as I have. And I'm just happy to be here. 29 has already been such a wild ride, and I can't believe it's been 8 months since I've been here in New York. Time flies, man. So hug the ones that you love and tell people how you really feel, because you just never know. You just never know how much it can mean to someone else, and I think you'll really be grateful to be able to, I think, go to sleep like I do. I mean, at least laying my head, knowing that I tried my best and I gave it my all. And I didn't count myself out. I, in fact, gave myself a shot and a chance. So I'll talk to you guys super soon. Bye.